Play music. Hey, chat. Yeah, it's me. Oh, I think that's a little too loud. Chat, I won't lie. I've been drinking. I know. Said I was off the sauce, but I read this comment here. And I just had to bust out the apple ciders. Chat, how are we doing? Am I okay? I think this is what's called in the YouTube and Twitch space. I think we call this crashing out. How are we doing, chat? This has been a very funny day in my career. Now, this is not the first time we've been here. This is not the last time we'll be here. But it is funny all the same. This didn't happen last year. I mean, the closest was Helldivers, and even that, I didn't really get like a bad reception to the Helldivers thing. I thought your chat message said the action Pat, and I thought that would have been the most hilarious thing, because that ties into kind of like all of the drama arcs. Because if you don't know, like, Action Man got drunk one night, watched my Elden Ring video, and like threatened to make a response video. Oh, please don't tell me that the stream died. That would be hilarious if it did, but it seems to be working. Halo 3 review when? After Halo 2, which would be after Halo 1. Watch H-Bomber Guy? I'm too tired to do H-Bomber Guy right now. Still experimenting with the optimally worst time slot on Earth. I think this is it, isn't it? We're like 30 minutes off. Do they switch back to standard time the same day as everybody else in America? Still waiting for your Arx Fatalis review and on your Arcane review. If anything gets done next, it's gonna be Dark Messiah, because I'm starting to grind an axe here with Dark Messiah. I like Dark Messiah as a game. But you guys have to admit the kick spam, you know, the whole, like, combat reducing everything down to ragdolls and disabling the enemy AI, you know, it's not gameplay, okay? Why is this happening? Because you know what? It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Let's see if that fixes it. You know what I was doing? I was uploading a video. I am so sorry. Oh, brother, he's talking about the kicks again. I think I gotta get this nut out with this kick spam. Oh, no, wait, it went up. You've got to be kidding me. You have got to actually be kidding me, because we fixed this. Hi, Pleb TV. Hello. Well, the stream is new enough. I'd hate to lose out. Okay, so I wanted the stream to start off with, like, making it look like it was going to be a crash out. Yeah, I know. I see the goes through periods. I'm not sure. Oh my god. I don't stream for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And we start having issues. My theory was I was uploading a video on the other channel, and maybe I figured that maybe YouTube didn't like that I was doing that at the same time. So I guess in the interim, while we wait, we can preview the video here. Avowed is bad and woke. Avowed is bad and woke. Yeah. Does anybody remember the Elden Ring is good video? That was a funny moment in Patrician TV history. The proper Avowed video. It's true. It's true. Listen, we've done this before. You know, I do the bait video, and I said I wasn't gonna do it, but Elden Ring or Avowed something. It is funny. It is funny. No, it's a different kind of I'm not doing a bit with Avowed. I think that the Avowed discourse, there was something about it that just bugged me, and I wanted to work that out. And I think I did, but I'm not sure the comments section agrees with me. I don't know. The videos are actually doing well, in terms of like ratios. I think YouTube is actually refusing to let me stream it this time. Do I do it, chat? Do I restart? Because this is silly. Stream in Discord? Close Firefox completely. Yeah, I gotta switch off Firefox. I don't know if Firefox is the root of the issue, but they've been trying to give no shortage of reasons not to switch off of it anyways. Like beyond just the recent YouTube fuckery. Actually, was the issue? No, the issue is YouTube and ad block. All right, let me get the chat back. That fixed it, but for how long? Because it's just random. And I didn't put the bitrate back up. All right, welcome back, chat. And now I have to Avowed OST. It's very generic. Very generic OST. I stopped listening to it while I was writing the script because I would have rather just listened to like pretty much anything else. It's the typical like RPG OST. Away with reviewing games based on merit, bad faith reviews all the way. Well, the comment section is interesting because there's people who get it. And I do appreciate you if you get it. But there's interesting things like, so one of the things was that like I'm being too even-handed. I'm not critiquing the game enough. So let me just, yep, okay, that's Obsidian. Let me pop this up while you're here on screen. We got to see a little bit. I've pulled some... This is in my script. I've pulled some choice quotes. It took me about 60 seconds to find 10 quotes of me critiquing the game. Game has ugly character models. What's funny is Obsidian is assuredly woke. I guess that's not me critiquing the game. That's me critiquing Obsidian. But there was one person who was like, you're not acknowledging that Obsidian is woke. And I'm like, what the fuck? I literally say in the video that you are commenting on right now that Obsidian is woke. Obsidian set themselves up for this, or at least on one charge, which was the starting with the fucking Concord furry man. I'm not upset that people who were told that they're supposed to be mad at the game are mad at the game. Like, yeah, that's the logical outcome. They shouldn't have fucking marketed the game that way. Hating your players is a proven strategy to not sell okay, half of these are critiques of Obsidian. Avowed is definitely a step back in aspects of life simulation in first-person role-playing games. That sounds critical to me. There is the odd occasion where they do. I'm talking about, like, theft acknowledgement, and that makes the lack of generic theft acknowledgement feel more awkward. Obviously, if you don't want the player stealing for an RP reason, don't put stuff to steal everywhere. If you want to do a good comparison, compare the fact that stealing and killing anyone you wanted was a thing in the Outer Worlds. This game is inherently difficult to make look good. Every Avowed gameplay clip is the most boring clip imaginable. This game is not good at 1v1 encounters. Avowed is priced too highly. Enshrouded's a good deal. It's scratching the mechanical itch of an RPG. It's only $30. Splitting up Avowed's development is a bad idea. That's the funny thing. That's the funny thing to me is I was told I wasn't hard enough on the game. And I don't know. I feel like I was pretty hard on the game. I said it was mid as... Well, not literally, but I feel like if you didn't take away from that video that it is literally mid as fuck, then you probably have the anti-woke mind virus. You liked the magic, and the magic you showed in the video made it look half decent? Well, yeah, of course. Of course I'm going to go out of my way to show it the magic looking good. Mostly because the only magic I used was the good magic. Because I would use a spell, and I wouldn't like it, and then I would just stop using it. And it would literally be like a 30-second clip of me trying out the spell, figuring out I didn't like it, and then not using it. Which is why, like, every clip of me using magic is probably me just casting Freezing Pillar, because that's like the best spell in the game. No, I was fair to the game. It's just that the game has been very, very viciously mauled. And that's kind of my issue with it. And there was one person who was like, they were doing a little bit of psychoanalysis. It was like, my contrarian instinct kicked in because the game was being hated too much, and so I needed to like reverse it to some kind of cosmic justice. And it's more like, no, I just want people to be honest about the game. There's a bunch of people that are sharing opinions about the game who have very clearly not played it. But yeah, the comments have been very funny. Let's see. I'm logged into my main channel. So I can look at comments on the main channel. I don't know what Brandon Sanderson's law of limitations on magic systems and games is, but going off of just what the title sounds like, it sounds like that thing where every magic system, or like half of magic systems in existence, are just like abstractions of electricity in some respect. And I mean, yeah, that's how it works in a video game, because video games are very, like, you know, systematic. I swear, this is such a soft video. Put away the kitty gloves. If Bethesda made this garbage, it would be dunked on harder, but because Obsidian make it, everyone just calls it mid and does not deep dive into how this game proves that. And yeah, this guy wrote a... Gosh. And what's weird is all these comments get like +3s. I think there are legitimately people who are so mad at me that they're just going through the comment section and like thumbing up anything because you know, I drew the line and said, hey, the anti-woke stuff is starting to be pretty fucking cringe. We've reached the inflection point. But yeah, why should I read this fucking essay? I did not approach Avowed with kitty gloves. Do you know why Avowed didn't get a full video? It's because, on the 21st of this month, I'm no longer going to be at my house. That's it. So I wanted to have a video out by the 14th. I got it done a week sooner. I could have said more. There's stuff I regret not saying. This is true. But at the same time, I kind of just wanted to have the video done. And I am, in a lot of ways, happy with it. Are you an Obsidian RPG fan? That's a complicated thing, because this is one of the things I point out, that like New Vegas is very strange in terms of like Obsidian's history with making role-playing games. It's kind of iconoclastic with their lineup. So being a New Vegas fan does not necessarily make you an Obsidian fan. And I will be honest with you. I don't really think I'm a fan of Obsidian. They're kind of one for one with me, you know. I like New Vegas. I think it's a little overrated, but mostly in the sense of I don't think people talk enough about the problems New Vegas has, and I'd say like half of New Vegas fans are on the level. And then there's Outer Worlds, which I absolutely despise, and I cannot be moved on the opinion that there was somebody who said that Outer Worlds gives the players more agency than Avowed. They're straight up hallucinating. In a world where physical retail was still the main way we obtained games, Avowed would have been a great buy a used copy in June at 70% discount game. I don't disagree. No, you should buy this shit on sale. That's the funny thing, is I said you should, like, if this interests you, but you don't want to spend $70 on it, you could fucking crack it. The crack is the pre-release version with the better, like, tight progression system balancing compared to the base game. It will have more bugs. It will have that annoying ass bug I experienced where companion abilities get overwritten by like spells, you know. Obsidian is great at almost finishing 10 out of 10 games. Obsidian is great at like having the worst fucking management in the industry. Why Avowed? Avowed actually would have been a good game. Like, this is what people are missing. And I should have said this sooner in the first video, the main channel video. Avowed would have been better if the Outer Worlds 2 wasn't being made at all. And that's what people are going to be saying in 5 years. That's the talking point you're going to hear in every what happened. Avowed what happened. All of those videos. They're going to talk about the fact that if they weren't making the Outer Worlds 2, Avowed probably would have been a really good game. And instead we got some mid shit because they split their development. And this is not the first time they've done this. It's literally the same story with New Vegas. New Vegas would have been an even better and more complete game if Alpha Protocol didn't exist. Of course, the difference is that Alpha Protocol is a game that's worth playing, and the Outer Worlds 2 probably isn't. Avowed post-mortem. Dude, that's probably all the coverage it's gonna get. This shit, I don't buy that this shit is doing well. I think your videos do a good job at selling the game, honestly. I hadn't even thought about getting it until now. Definitely not for fucking 70. I will wait for a steep sale. And see, like, I do talk about the price point thing. You're not going to be able to quote me saying you should... This is the weird thing. This has happened in every conversation I've had with Avowed. There will be somebody who will come in and saying, well, why are you expecting me to pay $70 for this game? And I'm saying, I'm not expecting you to pay $70 for this game. I'm just saying you should not write this game off for these dumb reasons. 6 million players according to that one sketchy site. That site was interesting. They base their numbers on this is why the Steam charts thing is funny. They use the Steam charts as a basis point. So what they did is they took this number of people that were like on the Steam charts and then made a ratio of what Microsoft eventually said the total player count would be, and would just say, if we assume that Game Pass has the same proportion of people to, like, Game Pass owners to Steam owners, then we can infer that they had 6 million players. Now, the actual lead on this story is that the Indiana Jones game did really fucking badly in terms of sales. It had a lot of Game Pass players, apparently, but it had, like, what did Indiana Jones peak at on Steam charts? This was actually another game that I was going to, I was contemplating. Dude, this game did worse than fucking Avowed. And what's funny about this, too, is it actually looks better than Avowed 2. I was actually tempted to play this as well. Dude, peak 12,000 players. And so they infer that because it had 12,000 players and Microsoft said they had 4 million players total, that if you, like, extrapolate those numbers, then it should be 6 million for Avowed. It's a very weird way to go about doing it, but I understand the logic behind it. I've listened to your voice for literal weeks of time, but it's the Avatar's new bazongas that finally sold me. The funny part is that these aren't the new bazongas. This was the first model. Okay, if you've seen this model before, this was the second model. I had to nerf the tits because the tits were distracting. So I thought for like if I'm gonna do a crash out stream, I might as well bring the big tits. Why do you think the Indiana Jones game failed? Man, it was such a weird thing. It was a very weird situation that the Indiana Jones game failed. Part of it was made for dads. I think that it was moderately like graphics intensive. Let's see, 12,000 peak on Steam, 88,000 peak on Twitch. I mean, Indiana Jones is a franchise. It's for like dads, and this is where the Microsoft is the dad game publisher came from. Was Indiana Jones did really well among people who like play video games an hour a day or some you know, really low amount duration of time because they just don't have much time to play games. I do agree this comment is legendary. It's on the level of the comment, this is highly edited. Not this is well edited. This is highly edited. That's one of my favorite comments I've ever read on YouTube. And now being told that I'm too good faith, which I understand what they're implying, but still. I think the Indiana Jones game failed because nobody wanted it. It came right after Starfield, and it wanted good hardware out of you. Yeah, well, and the Indiana Jones movie didn't do very well, so I don't think there was a lot of enthusiasm with that franchise. Would you say Avowed is a dad game? Avowed is a dad game, for sure. Dude, it's so goddamn, easy. Like, Path of the Dam is well tuned. I enjoy it as an experience, but like as people have pointed out, you know, health potion spam, infinite iframe dodging, you know, stuff like that. Avowed's very, very simple to pick up and play, and I think that's why it's built the way it is. Indiana Jones failed because of Game Pass. Well, that's the thing. They had 4 million players, not 4 million sales. And that's what I don't get about Game Pass, is that you're trading what could have been like maybe 1.5, 2 million sales 1.5 million times $70. You're trading that for like a one-off $17 subscription that has to be active for like 4 months, and they can't play any other games or it resets the clock. What is the shilling comment on the main video? Holy shit, that's funny. Hang on. Where is that guy? There was one that was accusing me of being a shill. I know what you're talking about. I think it's buried. Down a bit. Oh yeah. You went from a 24-hour video ripping Skyrim apart in every conceivable way to meekly tiptoeing around and glazing this disgusting mobile tier slop game. You're a shill, Pat. I'm doom scrolling your comments, Pat. This is the upside of when I go through these kinds of things, is you can read the comments and they do get very funny. Like I said, I told people to fucking crack the game. I usually don't tell people to crack the game. Just because I don't want to open myself up to any kind of issues. But like, legitimately, I think I had to reset it. Dare I look at the offensive comments? What's interesting is, I looked at the offensive comments earlier, and people were saying mean things, but they weren't saying it to me. Like, people are just, having a real one in the comment section, but nobody's actually, like, calling me a slur or anything. They're calling other people in my comment section slurs. Take the best comment, print it out, and hang it on your wall, maybe gild it too. I think that the Too Good Faith comment is probably one of the best comments I've ever gotten. My favorite one for the comment section was the guy malding about you being a fence-sitting coward. It is strange that that's like how people have been conditioned to think. Is they so there's like two paradigms, right? You have the woke, liberal, social justice warrior stuff, and you have the anti-woke, you know, fighting for justice, blah blah blah, all that stuff. And if you're not on one of those sides, then you're a dirty centrist, and that's even worse than if you were one of the enemies. The consequences of Game Pass. Do you think we're feeling it now, or we haven't felt the worst of it yet? I don't know if there's anything about Avowed that I can say is built for Game. This is what I don't get. So Game Pass, to me, the business model of Game Pass would encourage you to have a, you know, super snappy intro. Get people right into the action, right into the meat of it, show them the best stuff first. Avowed as a game doesn't make sense to me in a subscription style model. It feels like it's, you know, classic old sales box product model kind of thing where people have a moderate degree of investment and they're willing to put down the money to gain access. It doesn't make sense that a straight to Game Pass game would open like Avowed does. Yeah, the chip on your shoulder comment was pretty good too. The guy said that I'm not the end all be all of whether a game is good or not, and that I need to get over myself, which is that there's no self-reflection that went through this person's mind of like, if I'm not the end all be all, why are you the end all be all of telling people what comments are acceptable and what have you? Built for Game Pass game needs to take from the regular live action schlop. Daily quests, maximizing FOMO, and sunk cost. I think it's the inverse, because Game Pass's business model only makes sense if people don't play games. As weird as that sounds, they need to pay for the service, but not actually use it. I forgot Stellar Blade was a thing. You know, if I was a bigger fan of character action games, I think Stellar Blade, ironically, is like another one of these victims in the culture war. even though it got glazed to high fuck by the AWI people, um, none of them seem to actually play it or like record themselves playing it. And so nobody posts clips of what the gameplay is like. So it's just clips of like this chick's ass and like an admittedly like beautiful woman. But you know, I kind of want a game to play. Like that's my big grievance with these AWI people. And it was the same grievance I had with the social justice people. They don't fucking play games, okay? They don't play games, but they shotgun takes about them just constantly. And don't get me wrong, you know, I just posited an opinion about Indiana Jones. I didn't play that game, obviously, but I don't make my money from like just sitting around all day posting my opinions about a bunch of shit that I haven't played. Like all of the people that are talking about the abortion quest in Avowed, dude, the abortion quest in Avowed is like a random side quest, and it's kind of buggy, and it's not really the biggest deal. Like, by me saying that there's an abortion side quest in Avowed, that's like already given it more credence in its existence than like anybody who's actually played the game doesn't talk about that quest, except it's kind of weird in terms of how it's structured, not in terms of like the substance of it. But yeah, it's like it does say something. Okay, so there's a quest where a lady at a brothel wants you to recover a shipment of some kind. You go to get the shipment, you speech check these guards, or you fight them, or what have you. You go in, you get it, you find out that it's like an herb that, I forget, I'm sorry, I didn't read the tooltip of what it was. I like glanced through it, I was like, it's some kind of fucking abortion thing. I don't know if it's like morning after pill, or if it like actually is like, you know, third trimester, you know, 8 months, 28 days in type abortion stuff. No, but I mean, it's a brothel. So contraceptives seem prudent because obviously you don't want your ladies getting pregnant 9 months out of the year. So I go and turn it in, and I forget exactly how I did it, but I ended up in a situation where I gave her the stuff, but she was still mad at me as though like I had withheld it from her. And that's kind of one of the problems with Avowed, is that I had the same issue with the voice. The voice was like, "Do you want a power?" And I'm like, "Are there any strings attached?" And it's like, "What?" The voice was very offended and was like, "Why would you question if there were strings attached?" I can at least forgive that because the voice is kind of a not stupid in the actual game. They're not a very intelligent character, so I can kind of forgive that. This fucking brothel woman just got like horribly offended that I would dare question why they need contraceptives. But I wasn't questioning why they need contraceptives. That part's obvious. I was like just questioning why they didn't just say it to me, which I get. But I mean, the point is, the quest is making a statement that people who are pro-imperial are going to be forcing people to have kids, and so they're anti-abortion. I mean, that's a very reasonable like stance to take, because it's true. It's true. When a government wants people to have more kids, they tend to be anti-abortion in their legislation. Yeah, they're shutting me down. We're off topic here. My whole point with the abortion quest thing is that like it's just like a side quest and it's not really a big deal. Josh Sawyer, stop doxing my, or not DDoSing my stream. Ah man, I for the life of me wish I had included this in the video. This is one of the things that I am going to go down as regretting not including. I should have said in the video that the Adir Empire is the one that's spreading like global diversity and all that stuff, and it's like the colonial people. They're like the ethnically heterogeneous culture that's trying to like preserve their cultural values and what have you. And so it's very funny that you know, people are walking away with this idea that it's like imperialism is bad and it's about like indigenous people. It's not about indigenous people. The Adir Empire are like the Americans. They're spreading global liberalism. They have to be stopped. How do people have the mental energy to even type this kind of negativity? There's a global theory I have about comment sections, which is that it's hard to okay, actually this is the perfect time. The perfect time, chat. Chat. We're about to not watch, but necessarily, but we're about to glance at one of the greatest videos of all time. You know, all of my critics. This was one of the things I was worried about when I started out on YouTube, was that I would have to deal with like really intelligent people like critiquing my videos and just like completely blasting me apart. And that fear has kind of gone away from me, because most of the people who have actually sat down and critiqued me have ended up either making the dumbest, most circular arguments that ever knows best, or they end up being stuff like this. Where are we at here? Oh, we're under the horse. I was linked to this video. It was sent to me a few times. That's just the nature of things. When someone makes a video about you, you get added about it like 10 times. You gotta switch to Twitch. The YouTube stream stuff is definitely annoying. Hang on. Open widget, stream health. No, give me a setting that I can change. YouTube, give me a setting that I can change to fix this. Yeah, so this is the caliber of people that are critiquing me. PatricianTV is wrong about Oblivion. This doesn't show the thumbnail. Apparently I'm wrong about everything in Oblivion. The main thing I took away from this is that, what I want you, well, Oblivion doesn't need spreadsheets, and in order to prove this, here's my spreadsheet. This guy has like an entire channel of grinding the axe of Oblivion's like combat system not being bad, and if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. What I understand is that like this guy's like a public school teacher. So not to dox him, teachers have been going through a really rough time period the past couple years, and let's just say the current administration is not really being the most reassuring to these people, so they're going through a lot of stress at the moment. Trust me. I'm family with people who work in the education system, and I've been hearing all about it. So, but what happens here is that this guy stays up until like 3 in the morning watching my video so that he can grind this axe and like insult me over and over. And you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. You can watch my video at like a normal time. You don't have to watch my video at all. What happened was that he kept getting recommended over and over and over. But that's my theory. That's the universal theory behind comment sections. Is that somebody is having a stressful life or a really bad day or what have you, and they go to the comment section of the latest YouTube video that is like mildly pissed them off, and they just, it's basically trauma dumping. They're fucking trauma dumping on me. Life is, but they're like putting up this veil that it's not about that it's about that it's about Avowed or some shit when it's not. It's not about Avowed, it's about how their life sucks. And so sometimes you gotta let that stuff slide, right? Because if someone's like having a really bad week and they're gonna put it off on me, then, you know, should I really let it bother me? What about the other guy I linked who complained that you didn't talk about the surrender mechanic in Skyrim? I looked into that video. He's not complaining it. He's just using it as a point that, like, I didn't bring it up, and it's odd that it didn't get brought up because I brought up everything else. I didn't, but I didn't really get a vibe of, like, that guy was upset with me over it. And hopefully Reddit would collapse. You don't want to live through a Reddit collapse. Because if Reddit goes away, those people don't disappear. They're going to spread out onto every other website on the internet. Have you seen the Avowed fucking Steam forum? Jesus. Jesus. This is like the battlefront. The battles zone. Oh, wait. I'm on the wrong Steam account. Can I get to a Steam forum through its Steam page? View discussions. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Chat. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Chat. You gotta see this. Here we go. It took 2 seconds to find a good example of what's going on in the Steam forums. Alrighty. And here we go. Don't you love it when words lose meaning? Terms being misappropriated into things they don't mean really only works organically, fellas. And even then, it usually happens because of mass public misinterpretation. And if you're going to try it anyway, maybe consider doing it to words people actually use. DEI was pretty much only used in boardrooms, and y'all are using it to express displeasure. Shake my head. And don't even get me started on woke. Nobody said that shit unironically to begin. Reconnection successful. Alright, here we go. I'm going to count how many seconds, now that it has restarted itself, that it takes for it to start dropping frames. Good so far, we're at 30 seconds. Anyways, we're reading Steam forum pages. People are writing goddamn essays. Oh my... Jesus Christ. So, this is what you write when you don't have a YouTube channel and this stuff, and you like have an axe to grind. Considering Avowed? Start here, debunking myths, misunderstandings, and smear tactics. If you've been following discussions about Avowed, you've likely noticed a flood of misconceptions, nitpicky criticisms, and outright malicious intent arguments dominating the conversation. From claims of, quote, no world building, unquote, to complaints about, quote, bland combat, unquote. Much of the discourse around the game feels less like a fair critique and more like a smear campaign fueled by bias, resentment, and a refusal to engage with the game on its own terms. Bro, why are you writing this in the fucking Steam forums? You might as well make a video at this point. You're not going to win this. No, number one. So he does the thing where he alternates. I love when people do this. Unfortunately, it's on my end. It says woke DEI, woke DEI. Let me just no world bill. I love when people do this. This is the like hallmark of lacking intelligence. Because it's like, it's a textual straw man. Yeah. You get the idea. I like that this person is sitting... This is the most prudent thing this person wants to address up front, is that there's no world building, which it's the silliest argument. I haven't even seen this argument. That there's no world building in Avowed. That's one I haven't seen. Aren't Steam forum users supposedly just farming clown awards or something for Steam points? So what, you can buy a background? Oh, wait, never mind, I get it. Woke DUI, sleeping and drinking at the wheel. Oh, this is moving me to drink. But yeah, the moderator, like, so there's just a constant torrent of people posting the anti-woke stuff. And then the moderators ban it. Now they're banning the anti-DEI stuff. It turns out that the Steam forum moderators want the Avowed Steam forum to be about the game and not about the extraneous stuff. Alright. Can I go back to the comments, or is the stream gonna fall apart again? It's kind of fitting, in a way, that, like, the stream is just falling the fuck apart. God, I hate this fucking UI. Why is it that when I go to the live stream panel, it takes me back, like, I can't go back to the studio. Alright, here we go. Newest. Is there some reason you don't spend much time looking at CRPGs? See, this person posted a real comment. I just don't like them. I just don't like them and don't play them very much. There you go. I don't like isometric stuff. I should specify. Isometric perspective, specifically. Is this why you don't review single player games? No, it's literally fucking YouTube. This is the only thing that's like this. I can play multiplayer games fine. My internet's really fast. It doesn't drop out. It's literally just like the stream. I am going to drop this fucking bitrate. I'm just gonna keep dropping this bitrate until it stops dropping the stream. And I want to see how low quality we can get. Because clearly there's quality we can lose. Let me skip to the live part. Play Fallout. It's isometric. I don't get what it is with CRPG fans of being very pushy either. Alright, so let's go... Hang on. Avowed is a decent game. No. Not that part. Close that. Yeah, I talk about this in the second video. We gotta keep going down. I fundamentally disagree that the cover image looks like AI art. I do not have the return YouTube dislike counter add-on, no. I have, and I don't think it's a Firefox issue. See, here's the thing about this argument, is that at no point in my video did I say, Avowed is a good deal for $70. It just looks uninspired. The style of the game is just really bland. No, we're talking about the cover. We're talking about the cover. We are talking about the cover of Avowed. This thing, this picture. This is what people are saying is AI. I don't think it's AI. A person could draw this. Oh yeah, how's the stream quality doing, chat? Hey, the stream quality still looks fine. Maybe we just gotta keep going down. Let's keep dropping that bit rate. No, by stream quality, I literally mean the image quality. I'm dropping the bit rate. You personally could draw it? Then draw it, coward. What's that chest hole in the thing? We don't know! We don't know. What's inside it is the godless ruins. So there was somebody that was posting a comment today. It's supposed to be a representation of the living lands. That's too abstract. If you're gonna do guy on the cover, do guy on the cover. Don't fucking turn guy on the cover into a metaphor for the fucking continent. That's stupid. And it doesn't even work. Anyways, chat. We're crashing out here. You gotta be encouraging me, chat. You gotta be encouraging the crash out. Hello? Can I switch? There we go. #1 on the second channel. 7,000 views, 250 comments. That's a... Listen, it's a ratio. Read a Grumps post live on stream. Oh my god. Why? I mean, that's definitely a way to encourage the crash out. Alright. Let's see. We'll do a poll. So this is it, right? Start a poll. Add options. 4. 1, 2, 3. Alright. What we are voting for is how many posts down after the pinned post do I read this Grumps post? How many steps down? Don't look. Don't look. Just go with your instinct. Oh, you guys are scared. You're scared of recency. You want me to go down the farthest. You gotta think, sometimes this man fires right off the cuff. What do you think happened to Avowed's darker tone in the early marketing material? I think they fucking didn't know what they were making, and they scrapped it. I mean, it's the same thing as always. You know, it was pre-rendered. You know, it was pitching like a loose, like, border concept. Alright. 3 posts down. Oh, he doesn't have a pinned post. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, this is a... Chat, you voted wrong. This is just market analysis. Is it a retweet? No, it's... Ubisoft stock downgraded to sell as Tencent buyout talks stall. It was very boring. Don't get me wrong. I love the Ubisoft story. It is, whew. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. Chat. This so he's saying they always tended towards violence. Search grums in the video container format for animated pictures, whatever the name of that is. Of course, for years they pretended to claim the right was super dangerous and violence, but you could just count the violent events over the past 10 years and see that's true. So he is invoking, he is putting himself into the situation and saying, guys, they're being really violent. Look at these gifts. Guys, he's being hit with a hammer. I think this one is the one that everybody posts every time. This is the big death threat that he's scared of. Chat. He is equating people sending him gifts of being bonked with a hammer to Cybertrucks being attacked in like the dealerships. And you want to attack the dealerships, whatever. But point is, he's inserting himself into that situation, and it's very funny. Of course, the guy only maintains relevance because you fuckers keep talking about him and bringing him up in my circle. We got a quarantine Grums chat. Grums is a locale at this point. Are they a locale if they maintain an unironic viewership? I mean, like, you know, Chris Chan has a little bit of an unironic viewership, sure, but I mean, like, this guy does have like a genuine following. DSP has an unironic viewership, yeah, but locale, if they have a Kiwi Farms thread, every fucking YouTuber has a Kiwi Farms thread. What are you talking about? Dude, there are people who are mad at me that went and tried to start like a big Kiwi Farms thread, and it was like they got told to fuck off because it was boring. It was like, oh wow, he said he likes horsecock on Discord. Yeah, he's definitely not just reposting Vosh posts. Every couple months I just repost some Vosh quotes in my Discord server so that there's like screen clips of me saying that I like to get reamed by horsecock. Bit of a non sequitur, but how do you recommend people get out of early YouTuber hell? Oh my god. Oof. Oof. You really want to talk crash out? Let's talk about small YouTube. Small YouTube, if you can get to 10K, I think that you're like on a good trajectory to get out of it, but 1,000 to 10,000 is always such a like a huge hurdle to for people to cross. And there's really like no consistent way that I've seen people get out of it. I recommend Tetra more all the time. I think he's a good content creator, but he still hasn't gotten out of it. What's coming out first, The Winds of Winter or Grubs' game? Is there not a playable build of that game? I'm not saying it's, you know, feature complete in any reasonable way. I'm not saying that it would satisfy the merits of a product, but I think there's at least, well, I mean, I guess there's Winds of Winter chapters. Weren't there Winds of Winter chapters released? Advertising yourself was an easy way back then, but it felt soulless. Yeah, and the funny thing is that everybody's like so anti-self promo now. So it's like we have to play this game where I pretend that I care about your community so that I can post my video there, and it's like You're a fucking content aggregator. If it's relevant, it should be fine if I post it. Why do we need to play this fucking mental game? And I get why, but still. Fell for the false flag reward. Okay, I want to know what this person's talking about. Fell for the false flag reward. People are insistent that this hang on, let me pull up the screenshot. That this is fake. I honestly don't care that this is fake because I've heard these arguments unironically. So it doesn't matter if this Steam group was a false flag, which no, as far as I'm aware, no actual evidence has ever been posted that this was a false flag in a world that has like synthetic man in it. That there is not a guy who would be willing to sit down and write out like 2 sentences on every game determining if it's woke or not. Really? Did YouTube try to eat my comment about sub for sub boxes? Shake my head trying to be a YouTube veteran here. Oh man. I hated sub for sub. I never participated in that. It was a bad idea. No, you should never, ever, ever trade subscriptions with another YouTuber. Like, as your means of growing. It's just a way of feeling like you're gaining traction, but you're not gaining any viewership, so. There was 2 groups. One was a false flag, the other was actually legit. But what's the evidence that the woke detector guy was a false flag? It's very easy to believe that there's just a guy that thinks like that. Especially now. Especially now. There are people who think like that. Hang on. Can we pull up a Grums tweet? You know. He is a locale, but you want to get into the real shit? I will not be pulling up Twitter on the stream, but I will be looking at it in the background. Read 1.6 thousand. Oh, I gotta log in to do it on the stream browser. So let me just hang on. Here we go. Hang on. I want to read that. I would like to read the post that he posted because I think it's funny. Bro, like unironically, this is the shit that it popped up when I looked for Grumps tweets on this other browser. I don't have huge opinions about this. Oh my god, I'm a centrist. I'm a centrist, but it's like, bro, it's crazy that Twitter lets that happen. Yeah, I know. I dead name X all the time. Everybody does it. That's just like top off the deck. I mean, luck of the draw. Luck of the draw. Oh yeah. It's everybody posting gifs of like, ooh, you roasted this guy. Ooh, yeah. Okay, so. God, but this guy, I can't go back to when he was posting about Kingdom Come Deliverance. This guy posts like 500 times a day. You know what's funny is that I don't even think he's the worst person. To me, I don't know. It's like, if you unironically get into following Grums, it's just like, you know, okay, well, that's the caliber of person you are. Who gives a shit, right? But I feel like there's way worse people. Use the search function. I can't fucking find my own tweets. You think I'm going to be able to find tweets when I don't even know what was said? Post it on the Discord. and I will read it. Guys, we're supposed to be crashing out. I could buy that there is somebody in my community that is archiving and organizing Grum's tweets. Hassan versus Grums would go crazy. No, that would fucking bring about the end of the world, dude. That is two giant ass stars that are colliding together and gonna make a fucking black hole of stupidity. Hassan X Grums. Even Elon calls them tweets. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, here's a good comment. Oh no. Okay, there it is. I don't know why it slipped out of my fingers. You are a coward. Quote, streets filled with feces, unquote. There's 0.1% of ideologically charged, DEI hired freaks who ruined gaming and made everything ugly, who also wield power of unlimited finances, and who won't stop unless there is ultimate pushback. And there is the rest of gamers who want to play nice games. What a great place to compromise. What a miserable worldview. Holy shit. Alrighty. I asked, he answered. Ooh. Alrighty. Let's start with the top tweet. You just a coward, true. Breaking leak from January 19th. No, Kingdom Come Deliverance is not woke. I received exclusive information from someone who has completed the game, which... Jesus fuck. I was talking about this in the video. These fuckers don't play these things. They literally rely on like a fucking network of toadies to send them stream clips. Note, game director Daniel Vavra just posted clarification. He is 100% telling it to you straight. According to this player, who wants to clear up the air so the game can succeed, this is the exact content of the game's main storyline. Not all side quests completed. A thread continued. Alright. That's the OP post. Yeah, it was funny seeing them dance. When... Yes, okay. Here we go. Okay, so he's posting a thread because they're backpedaling, right? Because like for the week prior to that, they had been like going on about how Kingdom Come Deliverance is woke. What were the reasons? Reason number one was that there was a guy who was from like Morocco or something who was talking about the Muslim world and how it was like a great place. You know, I don't know if you know this. I don't know if you've talked to very many Muslims. There was a guy I talked to who was from fucking Syria who swore that it was the greatest place on earth. Mind you, it was a bombed out, where he lived was a bombed out ruin. But that's just how they talk. Those guys love hyping up their corner of the world. That's how they think. But okay. How did Grums' fan base take him walking back the KCD is woke thing? Gonna make it bigger? Here we go. The game is just a little woke and gay. Isn't this how it all starts? In the post Vavra made, he was clearly hiding something and coping with backlash. Do not buy this shit under any circumstances. They always start small to get you into the franchise until it's the whole game. Oh no, but trust me, guys. I gotta throw in with these people. I gotta fight the good fight, as Three Dog would say, because we gotta stand up to these 0.1% of DEI people who have unlimited finances. Also, we're gonna walk back KCD too. All right, we got another one. There shouldn't be a gay romance option at all. People are tired of this crap. But why though? Listen, I like men. This stream is a gay romance between you, the chatter, and me, the big titty Dunmer girl played by a man. What's really funny is Musa Mali also compliments certain aspects of European culture and calls Venice magnificent, but the anti-wokes leave that out for some reason. No, because there's two parts of it. Either they don't know because that part hasn't been sent to them, or they do know, but it's inconvenient to the narrative. Responding to Grums, you're a fucking loser. Low-key, agree. Unfortunately, you're going off the rails here. Playing defense for the shit you rail against. No wonder you use she when referring to men. These guys cannot be convinced that they were given a false target or that they went a little too hard in on it. So, anytime that there's like a rollback or a retraction or a pushback against the anti-woke stuff, they got to go all out. Like, there are people who in 10 years will refuse to play Avowed because they double, triple, quadrupled down on it in 2025, and they are literally never, ever going to even entertain the idea that it could possibly be even a smidge of mid. They're not even going to entertain that, because to do that would be to admit that they were wrong. And you know, there's a really easy way to not be wrong. It's called don't fucking shotgun takes on the internet. But that's not what they're gonna do. Come on, I need to be outraged. Oh my fucking god. Are you This is what? What? Why is it even an option? 10 years ago, it wouldn't have been included. That kind of tells you what all you need to know. Bro, my brother in Christ, 10 years ago, in the year 2015, there weren't homosexual romance options in games? Are you fucking delusional? Have you ever played a game? 10 years ago is after Dragon Age Inquisition. After Dragon Age Inquisition. Is anybody going to remember Avowed in 10 years? How Avowed is going to be remembered in 10 years, or people are going to be asking, why did this game get maligned so fucking hard back then? Which is why I made my video. I wanted my video to be like a small little time capsule so that in 5 years, when people are asking that question, they can go back and look at it and be like, oh, that was the order of events as to what happened. All right. Here we go. Nope. Immediate pass list. First game, 0 woke. Second game, paid for by the first game. Just a little woke. Third game, paid for by the second game. Buy our woke game or you're a bigot, Chud. No thank you. Yeah, Kingdom Come Deliverance is on the slippery slope, guys. Why? Well, we probably made up some reasons, but... Well, how do you end up with a character like Mali of Musa? The way you end up with a character like that is that you lay out what are the story opportunities we could do in, like, you know, 15th century Bohemia. The foreigner traveler who's visiting the culture and is telling you that there's like a world beyond. Like, that's a pretty basic story premise. It's not really that outlandish. Can't you same-sex marriage in Skyrim? Fucking Skyrim? Yeah. Literally every NPC in the game is bisexual. No, probably not literally, but most NPCs in the game are bisexual. Pat is declaring war on half his fan base. I don't even think it's half my fan base. I think there's a few people who just didn't see that this was the way that things were going. Like, why would I go along with this nonsense? Jesus. Chat, how is it that this motherfucker, who's about to get the death sentence for, like, advocating for Israel because he lives in Indonesia or whatever, how is it that this motherfucker has, like, the more nuanced take than half of these reply guys? Motherfucker is on death row. I just love the quote, KCD1, no woke. Okay, hang on. Everybody who's been asking me to do a KCD video, we have a take here. This is the first person who has alluded to even playing these games. The first game was a contender for the most boring game ever made. The sequel will now be the most boring game ever made, but also gay. Am I supposed to take seriously somebody who says that KCD is a boring game? Like, what? I have literally never heard anybody say that KCD was boring. The criticism I heard about KCD at the time that it came out was that it ran like shit. That you needed a really good graphics card. But there are, like, these people who will, like, hold a negative opinion, but they won't say it until, like, they get something. So it'll be like, this is people, what's going on with my comment section? These are people who, like, had a grievance with me and now they have a reason. People complain about the combat. I heard it was just that, like, the combat can be, like, mastered way too easily. Still has gay content. How much did they pay you? I always love the shill argument because what's funny about it is that there are genuine shills out there. There are, like, hang on. Let me see. Let me pull up our favorite guy. Yeah. Let me go to his media tab. This is how we'll find it. Scroll down. Jesus, he posts a lot. I must have missed it. I gotta get better at hating. Like, for real. Alright, let's go through his post. Maybe he took it down. March 7th. We gotta go back to, like, what? February 16th? Was it not the worst thing that Balatro has like a Fallout deck now? I know you don't have to use it, but still. Oh yeah, here we go, here we go. Side tangent. To this day, I regret saying that this guy did a good job. There are paid shills out there. They get benefits or access or what have you. But there are people who are genuinely shills. And Paris does a good job sometimes, but this is how it works. And he's just the prominent example, because he's the one I saw. But there are like people out there who are getting these kinds of benefits. Oh, sorry. Kickbacks. The word is kickbacks. I mean, if you're being compensated in some way, is Ludwin cooler with the mask or without it? I feel like it was so obvious that Ludwin was a skeleton person that without the mask is just cooler. Because it is badass that she's carved like all those runes into her fucking skull. Like, why does she never need to cover up that she's a skeleton person? She's also like 8 feet tall. What is she gonna get like harassed on the street? She has fucking fiery, flaming, glowing eyes. So yeah, I think the mask is cringe. All right, I think I've gotten into the boring part. Play Barony AD, you can play as a skeleton. You can play as a skeleton in Divinity Original Sin too. If I do another like game magic system review, it's probably going to be Divinity Original Sin 2. Oh no, people are posting cringe. At what point do you say fuck it and start doing YouTuber retrospectives to go full hater on these guys? I don't know if I dislike these people enough to do that. Oh, I can't. Fuck, it's a WebP. Maybe if I open it in the browser. Please don't be a WebP. Okay. I think it's more likely that if there was a Five Guys moment for all of these people, I'm fucking internet aristocrat covering that shit like obsessively. I would give you all the hits, all the latest hits on what's going on with these people, but we're probably a few years away from that. I think it was like 2 or 3 years that the social justice warriors were up to stuff before Five Guys kicked off. Can we get back to the slop? Yeah, I need to do more slop. I remember somebody was telling me that like challenge videos are slop, which I think is an interesting take because I want to do a Zomboid challenge video. I'd love to get into challenge videos, real slop content. I actually think that challenge video I could overhaul the challenge video community because I think you could mix analysis and challenge video together to make something really interesting. No idea what you mean by Five Guys. So the way that Gamergate started was there was an expose that revealed that Zoe Quinn, an independent game developer, had sex with 5 games journalists to get like positive reviews for her like indie visual novel. And so it's called Five Guys because the joke was Five Guys burgers and fries. But yeah, Gamergate, like, that was how Gamergate kicked off. And I would love, I am salivating at the notion. I think who do I hate more? Chat, who do we hate more? Hang on, poll time. I need chat to tell me. Who is worse? Day one paid shill reviewers. Starfield is oh, I can't type it out fully. But, you know, the people that were saying that, like, Starfield was a masterpiece on day one, or anti-woke inquisitors. Who is worse? I want Gamergate 2, although I think we're supposedly on 3, but I feel like Gamergate 2 was such a flop that we should really, if it happens again, we need to call it Gamergate 2. But to me, I don't know which of those two groups I hate more, but I want Gamergate 2 to be about one of those two groups so I can expose the fuck out of them. Because I will, like, fucking... I have an axe to grind with both of those groups of people. They're both equally bad options, just opposite sides of the horseshoe. I don't know if they're not opposite sides of the horseshoe, but I could agree that they're equally bad. I'm voting like, yeah, give me the hemlock. If we're on 3, what's 2? Oh, what was Never Knows Best video about? Never Knows Best. What's funny is that, like, Never Knows Best and I could actually are like getting closer to each other again just by, like, I think he fucking hates these people too. Like, he did a Kingdom Come Deliverance video, which, hang on, let me take a glance at it real quick. Did anybody watch this? Did he ever talk about what was going on with the release around this game? I don't know if he did, but yeah. He did this video, The Real Story of Gamergate 2, Conspiracy Theories, Crybullying, and a Consumer Revolt. And he's talking about Gamergate and Sweet Baby Inc. and how games actually went woke. And oh my god! Motherfucker, we gotta sit. Hang on, we're watching this. We're gonna watch
10 years
this.
ago, a minor...
Me responding to a Never Knows Best video, but it's like one where I agree with him. Oh my god, you can't fucking do this to me. What are you doing?
A lot of progressive people in the video game industry. That's it. That explains all parts of this story. Like, why Sweet Baby Inc. exists.
Oh no, wait, this is the wrong section. Yes! Okay, here we go.
So, here's how it started.
As a man who enjoyed the early 2000s, let me tell you something. People today are so easily offended, it's hard for me to believe anyone when they say, this person is a racist or a misogynist.
I feel bad, because I do kind of like It's a Gundam. But I feel like he's got sucked up into this stuff.
Huh, I agree. People today can at times be too easily offended. And it is hard to take some people seriously when they cry racist all the time. Anyway,
Yeah.
Here's that same person 2 weeks later calling 4 different people racist.
Does this article mention anything about the Sweet Baby Inc. CEO being a full-blown racist? Because I have a feeling this article doesn't mention that.
Lego Butts is psychotic, and racist is all get up and go. The same day, everyone on Twitter finally took notice of the
I'm not convinced by that.
fairly racist developer that's now working for EA that used to work at Sweet Baby.
I think pointing out that people are too quick to point out racism, and pointing out racism yourself are two different things.
What do the white developers do that's so evil? She can't tell you. They're just existing, and she's a racist. There you go.
The Sweet Baby Inc. CEO being a full-blown racist is a claim that has been repeated constantly, by the way, and the source for this claim is just the Picky Baby clip from earlier. Yes, forget lynchings and apartheid and stuff. This is the full-blown racism, saying that gamers are a bit like picky babies who only want to eat the same food.
Oh god. Never mind. I don't agree with him. He's doing the same thing he was doing on the video on me, where like there's like leaps in his logic. And I have to do a ton of fucking homework. Wasn't he on EFAP at one point? Anti-woke inquisitors winning by like 20%. But I do agree with the general sentiment that the AWIs are the new social justice warriors, which is why I coined the term. I want to bring this tweet back. Be careful out there. It's starting to turn into open calls for violence. People have been forwarding me more violent rhetoric from studios and from Reddit. People are very upset at losing the election, lashing out at anyone who fights the woke mind virus or supports Trump. They were quiet for a while, in shock. Now they're drifting back and they feel anything at all is justified. They will turn to riots and violence after January. I expect terrorism. There's an ounce of truth to that, but mostly just that like people are very upset that that wages are not going up, but costs are. Don't get me wrong, I've been hearing it. I have some very liberal family members who have been bitching constantly, but terrorism, I don't know. I don't buy that they're capable of it. Ooh. This one's cringe. I don't think Mahler, Fringy, or Rags are all that political. They're just autistic. No, I would agree. In having having met and spoken with them, before the streams, they would just like they met up and they would talk about like what movies they had been watching lately. I never got the vibe that they were political. And Rags messages me from time to time. He sent me the guy earlier who said I was wrong about everything in Oblivion. Dude, Rags sent me one of his videos before he made a video on me. I can't buy a fucking house, Pat, and I don't know when I'll be able to. Real. That's what people should actually be upset about, though. Don't fucking, like... You're letting your anger out in this form of, like, being upset about woke people. Saved WoW from cancellation. The problem is that, like, John joined the company after I think that happened, so I don't know how true that is, but I am inclined to mildly believe him about that. Led the team. Kind of true, technically. He is generalizing. The motherfucker pays for Twitter Blue. He could fucking, like, be specific. He was a producer. He was a pretty important producer. But led the team? Not really. Shipped Diablo 2, StarCraft, created and sold a game company of my own. Hang on. Firefall developer. I think he's talking about the Firefall developer. Red 5 Studios. Wait, this fucking game came out? This game was online for 3 years? Chat, I'm gonna point to the fact that Red 5 Studios doesn't have its own fucking Wikipedia page as probably a sign that it didn't do all that well. Dismantling woke AAA just by X posting is a hobby. Is a hobby cause, and it's obviously working. Otherwise, you would not be in my feed complaining. Oh. That's the type of shit I would post and feel like embarrassed about like an hour later. Oh yeah, if we're talking Grum's cringe posting, we gotta talk about fucking... Do not fuck with gamers. We are forged by endless boss battles against impossible odds. We do not give up. We do not stop. We are the Terminators of the culture wars. King shit. Side tangent of cringe, because this was fucking funny too. You know Master Chief would beat your ass for dressing like this, right? Dude, this is the same weak shit as like... Well, you know Sonic would have voted for Kamala Harris. Everyone is catching strays. I hate all these people. Not never knows best. I am serious. We should talk sometime because we do disagree on some things, but I feel like Never knows best and I need to forge a bond and work together, because even though we disagree, we generally agree on the premise that these people are cringe. This is the end game. We win here or we lose for a very long time and perhaps forever. I started pushing back in gaming because it was the area I am best at, but I told you it was bigger than that. It was about saving our civilization. Now we're at the cusp. That's why you see me posting more politically, because it's time to take the fight from gaming and into the world to fight against the now proven manufactured narrative propped up by billions of dollars. I hope you will join me. We were effective in gaming, and now we can be effective in winning back everything we have lost at large. Once again, my feed is open source. X and YouTube can use whatever content and information is useful here in the war against the mind virus. We must win. How much on Patreon to get NKB on the next LARP? I have put out the call to get NKB on LARP. And I'm open to it. Not anytime, because I am going to be busy in the coming months, but like, if later this year we could get him on LARP, and it's not about an amount of money, because I can't control whether he comes on LARP or not. He has to agree to hop on it. But I just want to say I love the term woke mind virus. It is a very fucking funny term. I don't know why woke mind virus tickles me so much. I think Asmongold made a similar point about the role gamers play in politics without being cringe. It's gotta hurt if Asmongold is looking more reasonable than you. Asmongold's a weird case. You know what disappoints me most about Well, hang on. Before I say anything. Wait. Asmongold, what? Asmongold. You need... someone post on the Asmongold subreddit the How Avowed was anti-marketed video. I want to see something. I want to see Asmongold watching the fucking How Avowed was anti-marketed video. I was hoping and praying that he would, that someone would post the WoW video on the subreddit, but I think the How Avowed was anti-marketed video, being how I get on Asmongold, would be funnier. LARP reminds me. I wonder how that spiritual Daggerfall successor is doing. Dude, Fuck Wayward Realm. No. But how did that fucking episode get so many views? That episode has like over 100,000 views. That's crazy. I don't think the WoW video would work for him. It would be very funny if he clicked on the WoW video, watched like 5 minutes of it, and realized that it was like a 6-hour video. Hey chat, has anybody noticed that the stream just started working again? Ain't that the damnedest thing? The stream just started working. I didn't do anything. No one has posted the Avowed video on the Avowed subreddit. Hang on. I'm pretty sure the Avowed... I wouldn't be surprised if the Avowed subreddit was run by the same people that run the Starfield subreddit, and I could just be banned. Read the rules. I love a subreddit where the rules are nested. The rules need to be on the sidebar. That's like the way it needs to be done on Reddit. It looks like they don't actually have a rule against it, so I think the Avowed video could end up on their subreddit. I don't know how well that would fly, because I don't dick suck the game. It is funny that, like, my video praises Avowed too much for the anti-woke inquisitors, but not enough for the actual Avowed fans. I don't know, there were some Avowed fans. The devs even responded on the Wayward Realms podcast. Why didn't I know that? You're banned from the Starfield subreddit? I have to assume that I am banned from the Starfield subreddit. I know that they cope post about my video. You in private have played the game more than anyone else? No, dude. There are diehard Starfield fans who are like still playing it a significant amount of time to this day. Oh my god, hey. Hang on. We got a good point. We got a good point, chat. Someone commented a good point. I'm starting to think this Blue Psycho guy is an AWI. I don't think you have to be an AWI to dislike Hassan Piker. One of the funniest things about the comparison videos was how the internet always criticizes the use of the creation engine, and 90% of the Avowed comparison vids are just, wow, look at how cool full physics-based engines are, wow. Which is, you know, one of the main features of the creation engine. Also, 70 USD is way too much for this kind of game. He just had to slip that in there, didn't he? I think Anon meant you've played more Avowed than anyone else. That could potentially be true. I mean, all I really did was, like, beat it. Anybody that's on their second playthrough has played more than me. Chat, we're crashing out. We're crashing out. I gotta remember to end the stream with drunken slurring, because somebody needs to watch like the first 20 seconds, and then they skip to the end, and it's still like, they skip to the end. I'm still like slurring my speech. Let me just pay 70 euros to people to hate me for a game that is okay at best and I might enjoy aspects of. Might in quotes. You know, this is reminding me. Does everybody remember when I got in trouble over Hogwarts Legacy? And I made the point that, like, I didn't say I was going to buy the game or recommend anybody buy the game. Motherfucker, you can pirate Hogwarts Legacy. You can play that shit for free. You can play Avowed for free. Have people just forgotten that you can play video games for free? Using this one neat trick. Just pull a Nick Rekieta and be a disaster at the end. I don't think I can act that out. Nobody will ever believe it's you. The Starfield superfans on r/Starfield are super weird. Some of them are posting like horny relationship screenshots with their character being on dates with skimpy clothed Sarah or Andrea. Hang on. And this is not about the comment per se, but I want to show you what the auto-generated responses are to this comment. This person's telling me about how I'm like softballing Avowed, and it wants me to either respond, you know, the internet can be a real scary place, which sounds like a threat, or The Outer Worlds is a pretty bad game too, lol. Motherfucker, the fucking comment response AI is cooking the fuck out of The Outer Worlds too. The AI learning to make whataboutisms is fucking amazing. It learns from how people post. Oh, bro, come on. Don't even. Are you kidding me? What the fuck? Are you kidding me? Please don't post uncensored slurs in my comments section. Please. And thank you. Comma. Or period. I've officially said it enough that the AI believes that The Outer Worlds is dog water. Outer Worlds getting a sequel is actual cringe. Who was asking for this? Apparently Outer Worlds sold like 5 million copies. So there is precedence that like it's not out of nowhere. Oh. Can I even post that? Can I even chat? Chat. Can we Mortismo really liked The Outer Worlds. That's unfortunate. What are we doing? What are we doing, Starfield subreddit? There's a bot in the server that Reddit reacts to the word Reddit or the Reddit link. Yeah, I know. It's really funny. I pirated The Outer Worlds and still felt ripped off. I made money from playing The Outer Worlds and still felt ripped off. Did you hear the New Vegas writer guy is back at Obsidian? I forgot his name. I heard something like that. I believe it was John Gonzalez that they said was back. I hope Obsidian stays around long enough to take advantage of him being there, but I don't necessarily think that, like, I'm not going to cope about it. Asmongold Avowed second channel video posted to Asmon Reddit and Avowed Reddit. Ooh. Is the meta there you post it on the Avowed subreddit and then I think Reddit lets you quote post where like instead of posting the video itself you post a link to the Avowed where it's posted on the Avowed subreddit? I feel like that's the meta way to do it to get it traction on the Asmongold subreddit is to like seed it with Avowed fans, because Avowed fans will take the bait. I'm sure I'm gonna look forward to people posting fucking Reddit comments on my video about my video. If you're gonna horny post, there's got to be better games to horny post about than Starfield. Dude, have you seen the fucking garbage porn games that are on Steam? I don't know if there is like better. I don't know if there are actual porn games that are better than Starfield's. Like the mild action you get in Starfield. Reddit does link posts. It would be very funny. If only there was a video that goes through porn games on Steam. Oh, wait. You know, people dog on that. That might have been the most based thing he ever did. I'm just saying, he went out on a risk. Has anybody seen... have you guys seen the Death Stranding 2 environments? Like... Side tangent real quick. Because I'm kind of a Death Stranding fan. There were some images posted. Yeah, here we go. Of like what the world looks like. And I guess I can't wait until it comes to PC. Yeah, this is a stream for Kojima right here. We're talking about Death Stranding 2, and we just got we've got titty cam in the lower third. Wow, I love Iraq. My Dune, my Iraq. I deadass probably predicted the third act of Death Stranding 2. It got pinned somewhere in the Discord. I feel like it's not hard to like predict what Kojima is going to want to do. I love when I look at the offensive comments on YouTube and it shows me the OP and it shows me a reply, but it doesn't show me the chain of events that led to somebody calling someone a slur in my comment section. So it's just like somebody will say something very reasonable and then like in the replies it'll be like, "My God, you are a fucking..." Well, I don't think Redis goes nuclear. I think he can't hear the words that you say. Are the comments banned by YouTube? So the way it works is, it's like, well, okay, if you go like really crazy, I think YouTube bans it as such that, it doesn't even end up, but there's like a held for review section and I have to like manually approve it. Like, look at this. You won't even be able to find this comment unless I approve it. Where'd we end up with this comment? Why did it switch folders that it was saving into? This is the porn folder. I'm gonna get voshed. Never seen so much bitching and winning from you. Had to oh wait, hang on. I might approve this comment. Oh, it's from 2 weeks ago. Hang on. I need to publish, filter, at guy's name. Damn. I need to look up what he said. Never seen so much bitching and winning from you. Yeah, okay, here we go. I am glad you agree that I am winning. Your voice is getting more and more monotone. You're going to become the RPG negative version of Dosh Doshington. I'm going to start doing fucking challenge videos too. I'm going to do RPG challenge videos so that I can, or Dosh Doshington max. Don't forget to scold him for using slurs. the tax folder with all the horse pics. Vosh getting exposed for things that we already knew about him was probably one of the peak dramas of 2024. But I gotta say, 2025 has been a banger year in the drama sector. Like, holy fuck. It's just week after week with these people. It's crazy. I liked that Minecraft challenge video you linked once. Yeah, that guy made a really cool video. It was the one chunk challenge, wasn't it? Like he had to try to beat the game but he was stuck in like one chunk. 2025 popped off. WoW drama in current year. It started lame. Okay, the pirate software thing was lame. Beyond the novelty value of getting to make fun of somebody that I don't like, that part was honestly kind of lame. I think it was when we get into the Hassan content nuke from H3H3. Holy fuck, H3H3 made a good video in 2025. And then the Destiny's sex tape scandal and the lawsuit arc. And we're getting fucking Creator Clash 3. These motherfuckers lost $250,000. And they have the fucking gall to show their faces and try to do a Creator Clash 3. Creator Clash 3, who is even showing up? So number one, iDubbbz is not fighting in Creator Clash 3. No, the main event is fucking Harley Morenstein. That guy who was like freaking out during Creator Clash 2. Yeah, this is their main event. I guarantee you have never heard of most of these people except maybe the Minecraft YouTubers that they got. And I don't even know which ones are those guys, so. There was a Creator Clash 2. There was a Creator Clash 2 where they lost $250,000 and not a single red cent from the boxing event ended up going to charity. But the entire time they were saying that they can't be critiqued because they're raising money for charity. And they lost $250,000. I feel like iDubbbz is evidence that being edgy when you're young causes you to overreact and become a loser. You want to know the worst part? The motherfucker was my age when he was doing that shit. And I don't even think what he was doing was all that necessarily bad. I'm not going to morally grandstand that iDubbbz was this horrible person. He was just spamming the N-word over and over. That wasn't his content. I did like iDubbbz's content during the time period, but the motherfucker was like 27 years old when he was doing that shit. He was not young. He was not a 17-year-old who was spamming N-bombs and feels regretful now that he's like 25. This motherfucker like owned a house. He had a mortgage. Chat, don't be stupid. They lost it because making an event like this costs a lot of money. So true. Aftercare for all the boxers. And not promoting your fucking event. And actively like antagonizing anybody that's actually trying to be like, hey, can we make this boxing match have like some grudge matches? They actively discouraged all of that. You're right, he owned a house and most of us never will. iDubbbz needs to retire. He's become such an embarrassment. It's not even funny making fun of him anymore. It's just sad. Yeah, there was some guy who was like, listen, I don't know all the iDubbbz lore. And it's like, motherfucker, then sit down. Let me tell you, this guy lost money. You know, I harp on that, but like it really was like that's the type of shit that you should retire over. There's a few things that you should. Well, no, I was gonna say you should retire if you get caught being a sex pest, but actually you should probably go to jail if you get caught being a sex pest. I think if your crime is that you lose money at a charity event, then you should. Then like the penalty is like you should retire. It's over. All right. I need to get out of here. So we need to get back into character. We need to like peak crash out. Hang on. I need to find like a really funny negative comment to just be crashing out over. Yeah, here we go. Ugh. Jesus, what is it with these people? What is it with these people and these fucking essays that they write? Ugh. Oh, let's fucking read this stuff. Okay. I swear, this is such a soft video. Put away the kitty gloves. If Bethesda made this garbage, it would be dunked on way harder, but because it's Obsidian, everyone just calls it mid and does not deep dive into how this game proves that having multiple choices does not make up for how tasteless and boring it is. No, the combat is not innovative. The characters are forgettable at best, and the story was written with HR in the room. I swear you Obsidian RPG fanboys will have all this energy to slam all these games, but Obsidian is just your misunderstood game studio you look the other way for. I remember for the Skyrim video where you call all the people who still play it nostalgia chasers, which is hilarious due to the fact you all still want to play New Vegas. New Vegas, by the way, is a pale and dull experience for the fact that no matter how many choices you get in that game, it is a literal theme park. And once you play it once or twice, literally every other time feels like the same order of events play out. It's not even a good game for a third playthrough, if we're being honest. I will never concede that Obsidian ever made a game that qualified to be an 8 out of 10. Pat, Private, and all these video essay makers are all so predictable, they will drag Bethesda through the mud forever, which I think they're deserving of after their last couple games. But they themselves are all beholden to pray at the eternal shrine of mediocrity that is Obsidian. The video being 26 minutes says it all. Pat is absolutely not going to put in forever something like actually assessing the game in full. I bet all the money in the world that when these Fallout videos he's been hyping up for drop, the 3 and 4 will get the full dressing down ego stroke that when it comes to hating Bethesda, but New Vegas will be propped up as a shining turd that they're too biased to actually hold to a standard. I'm so looking forward to hearing them squirm about how Obsidian needed more time and whatever excuse they have. Congrats to all you Obsidian RPG shells. You were so bitter at Bethesda that your favorite studio became just as much a joke. I will take the line from the closing of the Starfield video and apply it here. This is the game you deserve. Listen, you fucker. You fucker. I never said that Obsidian has made a game that qualifies as an 8 out of 10. I'm not sure where you got this idea from. Maybe if you had watched the fucking video, you would see that at no point did I give any kind of numerical score to Avowed or any other Obsidian game. I just said that Avowed is better than the Outer Worlds, and it's objectively true. Pat, how much have you had to drink tonight? I don't think that's any of your business. I don't think that's any of your business. And listen, I've been saying it this entire time. New Vegas isn't going to get the golden ticket from me. Sure, I might make fun of Fallout 3 because it's fucking stupid. But New Vegas, I'll point out, like, yeah, it's got flaws. It's missing stuff. Just lock the gun safe for tonight, okay? No. Oh. I will. Oh. Oh. Almost sent me the good stuff. uh. It's just so hard, guys. It's just so hard. You don't understand. I'm a content creator. I am a content creator. I am a content creator. God. I grinded for 3 weeks on this Avowed video. What does this guy want? 6 months of my life was what went into that Outer Worlds video. 6 months of my life? You want for me to say that Avowed isn't a very good game? Why? Why is it that you think that you could say that? That you can justify this to me? Huh? 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 I made you this video for free.